Okay, last night we cooked dinner over here. We didn't camp at this spot. We went up the road there, and then a little bit there's some tree line that we could camp in. It took a while to find a place last night. Kind of weird, the places I couldn't find anything for regular camping and hideout, because like I say, this is a tourist area, so a huge amount of tourists riding around, everything else, and no real space in between the trail and the few trees that were there. The rest was marshland and everything else, or like I say, very busy sections where you wouldn't want to camp. So I've not been overly pleased with this entire route going up and down the coastline here. It's just too oversaturated with people and things to just wild camp and just easily find and do stuff. Gotta watch these cricky turns sometimes. Unusual thing goes into here. You'd think you go under, but actually you go under the highways. Alright, this one is good at one time and sad at another time. We get to this high point here to cross over the railway tracks and everything else, but we're gonna end up over there on that bridge there. So we gotta go down again and climb back up again over that bridge instead of a simple down somewhere. Alright, over there is the sign for the ferries, but they seem to have crossed out Stockholm. But they have the other one there still. One of the more famous sculptures. The dog being left behind, the little girl not wanting it to be, but that's how war is. Even worse yet, at the end of most of the ride is where the ferries are across. But as you see again, it brings you to a in-city tourist beach. And there, then, a little better than most of the other places as far as the people walking. Since it's a Sunday, of course, along the boardwalk and beach area, they're selling everything. It's the weekend hawkers. Then out farther in the ocean is all your sailboats, sailing and all that, sailboat, weekend sailboat races and everything else. Interesting. Once again, back to the crowds. Mansions, hotels. The one side, tons of people who just cross on the other, just stand everywhere. So much fun. And they make this the main bike route. Okay. Just behind us, it was just like, okay, you have to walk the bikes through the entire area. Like I said, people here, yeah, not checking out what's going on, what everything is. Oblivious. What a freaking zoo. Today is a Sunday. It's sunny. So yeah. What a freaking zoo. But the beach is there. Plenty beautiful women. Of course you have the big caravan park parked next to the beach area. Full. Feels like a parking lot. Not really a nice thing. And I'm wondering what you pay to have just a space in that. Ugh, that's not a nice space. And we've reached the city limits. Here I'll be picking a hostel at the far end of town, but looking through to see what's here so far. Again, how we say, overcrowded tourist hell. And as you see, the parking lot from everybody just parking the bikes everywhere. Tons and tons. And the e-bikes don't pay attention to shit. Weekend riders. This is what we call the ultimate in zoos. Alright, it's kind of looks like we're now gonna head back into Centrum, so away from this mess of 18 billion cars trying to do whatever, this and that. No rhyme, no reason, just mad chaos. To watch the people all backed up all this way, traffic's going nowhere. Reminds me of the beach and boardwalk in Santa Cruz on a good sunny weekend when everybody tries to do all the cute stuff. This guy parking up on here, people just squeezing their cars parked in the strangest manners just to try to get it. The old style split houses. Alright, I did a live here just a little bit ago. Didn't look like it turned out too bad, so connection must not be bad in this town. Around the center part. So I'll do a few clips here and there, see what we see. I can see why some would say this is similar to Copenhagen, with the buildings and the way it's built. So I'm just going to cruise around a little bit, very slowly, and then take some shots here and there. Busy, busy. Of course, the church is India building. Nice cheap hotels. Definitely some beautiful old buildings through here. I'll have to do the 360 just because. This is where and how and maybe why the 360 should be used a lot to get photos in places like this. So once I do the head back up and around, I'm gonna try to get to the waterfront, and then I'll turn on the 360 and just let it run for about whatever period of time, full long one, hostel, I can then go ahead and do it and put it up. This is where it's supposedly exactly like the Copenhagen, the ship in the middle of the thing, everything else, the boat's up here. But there's no way you can bring the bike across here and cycle through this. The old town area cycling is one thing, but this, no freaking way. Way too many people. Makes the beach look not crowded, and definitely wouldn't get out of your way on a thing like this. So, but it's beautiful and nice.
Thanks for watching. Please subscribe.